FA Cup fourth qualifying round this weekend. It is a chance for some non-league amateur teams from small towns and community clubs to reach Dreamland. For them, the first round proper. That's when professional sides from Leagues 1 and 2 enter the competition. One team pinching themselves to be at this stage, 8th tier, Biggleswade FC. They were only formed 8 years ago, and today they host York City, who once reached the semi-finals. Mike Bushell has been to the Bedfordshire town, where football fans are spoilt for choice.
Most of the drivers on the A1 passing through Bedfordshire are unaware of the footballing secret on the other side of the trees. There's a big FA Cup story unfolding in the small town of Biggleswade, where a youth team which broke away and formed their own club in 2016 have grown into FA Cup giant killers. Part-timers from the 8th tier of English football, who get crowds of 150, have already won 5 FA Cup games this season, coming through the last round with just 9 men left on the pitch. And now their reward is a tie against York City. And he's done it! Once semi-finalists, who famously knocked out Arsenal in the mid-1980s. No wonder fans at Biggleswade FC can't believe what's happening.
It's amazing. If we got there, it would just be fantastic history for us. It'd be absolutely incredible.
We're all in tears after the last game. It is a dream come true.
I got stepbrothers that live in York, so I'm really excited because it's really good for the club.
Yeah, it started on the 2nd of August, so it's been quite a long journey. And, you know, when the draw was made, the phone just didn't stop. You know, we're getting messages from York fans saying, how big's your away end? Like we've never had an away end before, so...
We're ex-Arsenal season ticket holders. We gave them up to follow Biggleswade FC, actually. And, I mean, I've been lucky enough. I've been to 6 cup finals now watching Arsenal. And I was just saying to the lads earlier, I'm just as excited about this game on Saturday.
But you know, not everybody in Biggleswade is behind this FA Cup run involving Biggleswade FC, because there's a confusing footballing landscape in this town of just over 20,000 people. This is the home of Biggleswade Town, who are one division above Biggleswade FC, the club I'm focusing on ahead of their match against York. Biggleswade Town, though, they've been knocked out of this season's FA Cup. Just a mile and a half down the road, another Biggleswade club, Biggleswade United's ground. 2 divisions back down the football pyramid. They are out of the FA Cup this season, but they do have a famous chairman, the Spanish football pundit, Guillem Balaguer. And finally, this is where Biggleswade FC play. And this is where they'll face York City in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. But I'm not in Biggleswade anymore. They don't have their own ground, so they play 10 miles away here in Bedford. There are 3 male football teams based in Biggleswade. You could say it's a case of this town ain't Biggleswade enough for the 3 of us. Except they all do get on, rather.
It does cause some confusion for some people. You get calls wanting the other club and vice versa. It's an expanding town, so new families moving there, young players wanting pathways. So in many ways, I think more towns of our comparable size should offer more opportunities. We're all rivals and we will have our own vested interests, but it is a bigger picture. It's about football for the town of Biggleswade. It's good for the town of Biggleswade.
Yes, the 3 teams are competing for players, for space, for interest of local businesses, for fans. It is not usual, and many would say, well, why don't you join forces and be just one? But I realise as well that every club is running a different way.
And what would you like to say to Biggleswade FC?
This comes with a little bit of a healthy jealousy on our part, of course, because we like to be there. But if it's not there, it's great that FC, that has got lovely directors, lovely people in charge, people that at some point, some of them were with us, and just good luck.
2 teams became 3 in 2016, when one of the longest-serving double acts in non-league football didn't want the youth team at Biggleswade Town to break up when the players got to 18. So the boss of a logistics company and an estate agent formed a new club, Biggleswade FC.
Just wanting to keep the boys together. The original idea was not to let the boys all disappear, that guaranteeing them games of football at 18 years of age. Biggleswade Town didn't want a reserve side, and in the long run, thankfully, because obviously we've become our own club.
There's some good players that do walk away from the game, which is a shame. But the group we've got are, they're different. I wouldn't swap any of them. I really wouldn't.
They also wanted to give a second chance to youth players cast aside by professional clubs like Kaimani, who was offered a job at Dave's logistics company and a place to continue his football.
No, I'm very thankful to him. Put his trust in me, not only on the pitch, but also off of it. But yeah, it does help the camaraderie, if you will, the team.
It's this spirit and togetherness that has helped them go from teenagers in the early days to FA Cup folklore in the space of 8 years. And now running out, not in front of the 150 faithful, but potentially nearer 3,000 when they take on York City. A game-changing moment putting Biggleswade FC on the map. It's one they hope could lead to them finding their own ground back home, alongside their neighbours in the town of Biggleswade. Mike Bushell for BBC News in Biggleswade.
A host of teams going through that same sort of emotion today. But if you remember nothing else from breakfast this morning, remember Mike's pun, this town ain't Biggleswade enough for the three of us. 3 teams just in Biggleswade, all vying for everybody's attention. They've got ours this morning.
He's a master of words, Mike.
He is a wordsmith, if nothing else.
Thank you.
Let's see, 6:33.